how's it going? Hope you're doing great. And if you haven't been traveling recently, I hope you've got some fun travel plans coming up this summer. Today, we are going to talk about a topic that I think would be really fun for travel this summer. So if you need some ideas, then that is why I'm here today, is to help give you some great ideas for what you could maybe do. So today's topic, we are going to talk about some European travel, basically affordable alternatives to Europe's most expensive cities, so that you can skip the price tag, but not the experience. So I'm going to go through about 10 cities all over Europe and give you alternatives for where you might want to go instead of the more expensive places or the more well-known places. So these days, of course, a lot of us are watching the headlines and we're hoping that they don't affect our wallets. And if you've been dreaming of wandering the historic streets and trying the incredible food and just getting a taste of European culture, you can still go. So that's what we're going to talk about today. It's just how to be smart about where to go and maybe some alternates. So for every pricey hotspot that I'm going to name, there's a nearby city with a similar vibe and the same authentic charm and a friendlier bottom line. So here's my guide to swapping out the expensive with the affordable. And luckily, I'm not just going to give you these ideas, but if you want to contact me about going to a place, I can help you plan and personalize your whole itinerary. I can help you with flights, accommodations, knowing about hidden gems and things to see and do, excursions, and I've totally got you covered. So just let me know what you need and I can help you out. Okay, let's jump in. Like I said, I've got 10 different locations. If you love Paris, instead of going to Paris, try Lyon. Lyon is Paris's sophisticated little sister. Still has all the good stuff, world-class cuisine, this beautiful architecture, and a riverside lifestyle, just like Paris does. This is a picture of Lyon. So some of the things that you can do in Lyon, you can stroll through Vieux Lyon, which is Old Town Lyon, which is a UNESCO heritage site. And there are lots of little, they call them traboules in French, and that is hidden passageways. So really fun to explore Old Town. You can visit the Musée des Beaux-Arts, and that's often called the Little Louvre. And you can take a funicular trip up to the Basilica of Notre Dame for panoramic city views. And here you can see a picture of the Notre Dame, which is in Lyon. Okay, other things you can do in Lyon is eating. For eating, I would recommend a traditional bouchon for hearty Lyonnaise cuisine. So the typical cuisine in Lyon is like duck pate, sausages, and a dish called quenelles. And quenelles is like a creamed fish, and they shape it into an egg-shaped dish and eat it that way. So some great locations that I can help you book accommodations in. A couple are Presqu'île, which is a central scenic, affordable little neighborhood, or Croix-Rousse, which is bohemian and artsy, depending on what you are looking for. Okay, let's go to another city. How about if you love Berlin, instead of booking Berlin, try Leipzig. So Leipzig has the creative soul of Berlin, and it's kind of like Berlin before Berlin got to be bougie. So it's artsy, it's edgy, and has a really strong musical history. This is where Bach lived. So what you can do in Leipzig, you can explore the Spinnerei, which is a former cotton mill, and now it was a cotton mill and now it's an artist colony. You can catch live music or theater. You can visit St. Thomas Church, which is where Bach is buried, and some local cuisine. You can try Saxon specialties. There is something called Leipziger Allerlei, or enjoy like this huge, massive food scene at the Carly. So it's very authentic, hearty German fare, and you will love the food in Leipzig. So places where you can stay, little areas where you can stay. Plagwitz is an up-and-coming arts district, and Zentrum Süd, it gives you access to the city center without the Berlin prices. Okay, how about Barcelona? If you love Barcelona but want a less expensive option, try Valencia. So why it works. Valencia has beaches, it has Gaudi-style architecture, fewer crowds. It's sunny, it's friendly, and it's walkable. So what you can do is visit the City of Arts and Sciences. This is a picture of the City of Arts and Sciences. Isn't it cool? It's like, if you can see this video, it is amazing. It's this futuristic complex. It's just gorgeous. It's got a planetarium, an aquarium, but you also can, for a little more outdoorsy type of experience, you can bike through Turia Park, which is this green ribbon that goes through the city. You can, of course, there are beaches, so you can go to Malvarosa Beach. And eating, Valencia is the birthplace of paella. So you've got to try some paella here in Valencia. For staying, I would recommend the neighborhoods of Rusafa that has trendy cafes and nightlife, or El Carmen in the Old Town is more of just like the historic, charming types of buildings. Okay, next. How about Zurich? If you love Zurich, now just a little side note here, Switzerland is the most expensive European country. So no matter where you stay in Switzerland, it may be a little more pricey than its neighbors. But if you love Zurich but want a little better price point, try Lucerne. Lucerne is a gorgeous town. It's still in Switzerland and it has this storybook Switzerland kind of feel to it. And what you can do, you can walk the Kapellbrücke, which is a 14th century covered bridge. You can take a boat ride on Lake Lucerne or ride the cogwheel train up to Mount Pilatus. You can visit the Swiss Museum of Transport, which is really a fun and hands-on type of museum. For culinary options, cheese lovers, this is going to be your mecca. You can have fondue, you can have raclette. There are a couple of really great eating places, the Wirtshaus Gallagher or the Stadtkeller, and just have so much cheese to your heart's delight. So places to stay, you can stay in the Old Town area for charm and walkability, or you can try areas near the train station, which have a little more budget type of properties near the train station. Okay, how about Rome? If you love Rome, but don't want the prices, try Bologna. And why Bologna works is it has the ancient ruins, it's got red tiled roofs, and food that will ruin you for all other Italian cities. And it's really refreshingly under touristy. So some things you can do. You can climb the Asinelli Tower and see the beautiful views. You can walk along the porticos, which are the covered arcades. You can visit Bologna University, which is the oldest in the world. And eating, this is a favorite because Bologna is the capital of Italian food. So make sure you try the tagliatelle al ragu or mortadella. Where to stay? I would recommend staying in the Quadrilatero for food-centric energy, or in Borgo Pignale for a quieter, more budget-friendly option. All right, how about London? If you love London, but don't want the prices, but do love the vibe, try Liverpool. Liverpool is such a cool city. Liverpool has history, has music and character, and you'll never run into those tube strikes or the sticker shock that London has. So, of course, what you've got to do if you are in Liverpool is you've got to visit the Beatles Story Museum. Liverpool is all about the Beatles, so much history here. Tour the Tate Liverpool and explore the regenerated Albert Dock. Another thing that you've got to do if you're in Liverpool is catch some live music at the Cavern Club. For eating, they have a couple specialties. They've got a Scouse stew at Maggie May's Cafe, or Ma Boyle's Ale House. You can grab a pub meal in the Baltic Triangle, which is the city's creative hub. Where to stay? I would recommend staying at the Georgian Quarter for quiet charm, or Rope Walks for nightlife and food. Okay, what about Dublin? If you love Dublin, try Galway. Galway is this beautiful countryside area. It keeps the Irish charm and the coastal vibes, but it loses the big city prices. Plus, it's a gateway to the Wild Atlantic Way. And here is a picture looking out from the scene that you can see across the Wild Atlantic Way. So what you can do in Galway is stroll along Shop Street and look for the musicians, the buskers, and pubs. You can visit Irish Square and the nearby Spanish Arch. And of course, everyone always loves to take a day trip to the Cliffs of Moher or the Aran Islands. For eating, you can't beat a bowl of seafood chowder with brown bread at McDonald's or the K Street Kitchen. And Galway's oysters are pretty amazing too, if you are an oyster fan. So where to stay? You can stay in the Latin Quarter for central cobbled streets, or you can stay in Salt Hill for seaside walks and family-friendly prices. Okay, let's move to Amsterdam. If you love Amsterdam, try Haarlem. You may not have ever even heard of the town of Haarlem. Haarlem is just a short 15-minute ride away from Amsterdam, just on the train. but it feels like a world apart because it's got these great canals, just like Amsterdam, but it has this Dutch charm. It's got space to breathe. You can see here's a picture of a windmill and some of the row houses in Haarlem. Some things to do. You can tour the Frans Hals Museum. You can visit the historic Grote Kerk, which is the Great Church. And you can, of course, hop on a bike and go to the North Sea beaches at Zandvoort. Some things to eat: Dutch pancakes, bitterballen, and of course you can try any of the local pubs or breweries. So where to stay? The city center is perfect for charm and walkability. It's cheaper and less touristy than Amsterdam, but it's still close to everything. And of course, if you want to go into Amsterdam, it's only 15 minutes away. And so you can always go into the city. All right. Let's move on to Oslo. So Oslo, Norway. If you love Oslo but want a similar vibe but not the price tag, try a town called Bergen. Oslo is sleek and expensive. Bergen is postcard perfect with fjords, fish markets, and the real Viking vibe. So what to do? You can ride a funicular up to Mount Fløyen. You can visit Bryggen, which is the colorful old wharf. Take a day trip to the fjords. So many fun things to do from Bergen. For eating, grab some fresh salmon or fish soup from the Harborside Fish Market. And places to stay, I would recommend the Bryggen waterfront or the Nygaardshoiden area for access to museums. And if you are interested in staying in hostels, then that is the area where they would be. Okay, our last but not least, if you love Reykjavik in Iceland, but would like a little better pricing, then try Akureyri. And why it works, it's Iceland's second largest city. So it's a smaller, but it's mighty. Has geothermal baths, just like Reykjavik, has stunning fjords, and has access to all the northern wonders without the capital city price tag. So what you can do, you can soak in the thermal baths, you can visit the Arctic botanical gardens, you can go whale watching. It's pretty close to the Godafoss waterfall, so you have really easy access to some really gorgeous things. Okay, for eating, try fish stew. Some famous places are Rub 23 or Strikio. Anything with lamb. If you want to splurge, then check out the Nordic style cuisine at Mullaberg Bistro. Okay, where to stay? I would recommend just staying in the city center as close as you can. It's compact, it's walkable, plenty of cozy guest houses, home rentals, just lots of options for where to stay. And I can help you stay at any of those places. So, traveling smart doesn't mean that you have to compromise the experience. But sometimes it means skipping long lines, overpriced hotels, and souvenir shops, because that is, let's be honest, sometimes that's what you find in the big cities. So these alternates that I've given you have the same cultural flavor, the same natural beauty, and culinary masterpieces. They have more breathing room and a lower price tag. So it sounds like a great way to go, don't you think? I'm here to help make it seamless and fun and tailored to your own travel style. So let's jump in and plan your perfect European adventure without breaking the bank. It's a great time to start planning whatever your summer or even fall trip plans might be. I would love to help you get there. So let me know if I can be of service to you, and we'll talk to you later. If you've enjoyed this podcast, I would invite you to like, share, or leave a review. Let's help grow our wellness travel community.